Well, I'm probably best known for the stuff I've done on films and records, things like Titanic and Avatar, Skyfall, Spectre. The records were things like Michael Jackson and Celine and Whitney and so on. So I've done a lot of different things. It is a VX. I mean, it sounds like a VX. You know, that was the standard film console that we worked on for many, many years, and I know it backwards. The compressor feels exactly the same. The EQ has the same characteristics as a Neve, and it just sounds like a Neve. But the programming rig is where I'm using it, and that's where I'm generating all my sounds and doing my mixes and so on. And it's customary is I just throw them on a whole line. I find it sounds great as a warmer. I actually use this mix control a lot because I tend to do a lot of parallel compression. I find that very useful for me because I like to have the detail. I like to have the bite that the uncompressed signal gives you, and then allows you to actually blend in a slightly more compressed thing in the background, lifts up the whole sort of the floor of the sound without giving you that heavily compressed sound. It's very good for antiseptic sources, stuff like synthesizers, sample libraries that, you know, especially when you're doing a lot of stuff where they all are fairly, they tend to not quite have the life that a real person has, and all those things. The samples need a little help, and I find that the VX console helps that sort of things particularly. It just gives it a little bit more of a sort of an old feel sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't thought about how much the random variations across a console actually make until I tried this. It's not something I'd ever really considered because I've grown up with random variations being part of my normal daily existence. This seems like the way to go for me, especially if one is trying to get some sort of sense of the depth that a real console can often give you. And you do hear the difference when you switch it off. Everything sort of just gets more boring.